welcome to Today's Money Masters. I'm your host, Jean-Paul Menu. The Today's Money Masters competition comprises 3 professional investors and a novice, each provided with $500,000 to invest. The participants will invest in stocks, bonds, and collective investment schemes. They will share their strategies over a 1-year period. At the end of that period, the top portfolio manager will be declared. Let's join the masters for this very exciting journey. In today's program, we are joined by Chrevaugn Legister, our professional from Proven Wealth Limited. Hi, Chrevaugn.
Thanks for having me. I'm good, John Paul.
Good. Nice to see you. Now, you've recently started your investment journey. What industries have you been eyeing?
So thanks for that question, John Paul. So this may sound cliche, but I think the financial sector is one to watch. When you think about it, the financial stocks have remained resilient. They have focused on diversifying their income stream. They have also focused on regionalization. So when you look at NCB moving to acquiring a bank in Bermuda, you look at Proven Investments Limited that also made acquisitions in Cayman and also in Bank of St. Lucia. Also, when you think about it, financial stocks or financial firms have also benefited from low interest rate. You know, it may sound counterintuitive, but when you think about it, there was a time when the private sector was crowded out of the economy. What that means is that government was borrowing from investors at such high interest rates. Now interest rates are supremely low. This is allowing more corporate entities to come to the market by way of private issuances. How is that benefiting banks? It's benefiting financial stocks based on their investment banking arms. So these companies go through the investment banks to get funding, and as such, the investment banks get a fee income. If you think about it, or if you're looking most financial statements of financial firms, you will see where they're getting more non-interest revenue. And this is through investment banking opportunities that they're pursuing. Other things that have been driving the financial sector are stuff like the credit bureau. This is improving the risk profile for a lot of borrowers for banks. So banks can now more comfortably lend money, and as such, all of this trickles down into their bottom line.
Okay.
So if I should, and just to move a bit further, when you look at it, what are some of the top stocks that are performing? NCB, this is a $20 billion profit company. And then secondly, you have Sagicor. This is a $13.8 billion profit company. What are those 2 companies that I just mentioned are the 2 most profitable companies right now in Jamaica.
Okay.
So the financials, that would be my pick.
That's your first
my
pick
first
on the
sector.
Outside. Now, something that has been in the news recently, Barita has gone up by, is it 85% in the last week? How do you feel about that? Are you planning on investing? Why or why not?
Well, so I'm not sure how to feel about it. I know that investors that would have had this stock last year, when it was trading at about $9, they would be extremely happy right now. I think the stock is trading at about $73 currently. So Barita, what has changed? You know, because clearly this company has evolved within the short term. So they have gone through new ownership. Over the Cornerstone has bought out Barita in recent times. They have injected some new blood. So Cornerstone is a young, vibrant management team. They're also now recruiting young professionals. So now Barita, the image of Barita has changed. They have also focused on diversifying their income stream as well. So if you recall, I just mentioned investment banking. Barita is now moving towards investment banking revenue as a core of their overall revenue.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that have been driving Barita.
They're on the same page.
They're on the same page.
Basically. All right. We have to take a quick break here,
Sure.
but we'll be back in just a moment with more with Chrevaugn Legister. Keep it here. You wanted to clarify something before I went onto some social media.
Sure. So thanks. So before, I would have been mentioned to the most profitable companies in Jamaica, those being NCB and Sagicor. I just want to clarify that these are the most profitable listed companies.
Okay.
So they're listed on the stock market.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, fine. Our audience wants to know on social media, what do you think is the driving force behind the stock market now?
So in recent times, well, at least since the beginning of the year, what we're seeing is what we have seen is the listing of Wigton wind farm, with a lot of investors would have bought into. This was a big IPO in June of this year. Also, before that, in January, there was Fontana Pharmacy, which came to market, and a lot of investors would have gone into that as well. So our market now is becoming more deeper. We're seeing more companies coming to market, more investors getting involved.
Right.
Also, there's a lot of mergers and acquisitions taking place. And this is being done by big companies. We're looking at NCB, their acquisition of Guardian. We're looking at JMMB, their 20% stake, which they have bought into the owner of Sagicor Finance, which is Allied Invest. And we're also seeing Proven Investments Limited that also did a 20% acquisition in JMMB. So those type of transactions are helping to drive the market.
Thank you, Chrevaugn.
You're welcome.
That was Chrevaugn Legister giving us his financial thoughts this week. And do join us next week, same time, for another exciting episode of the Masters Competition, as we'll speak with the other participants. Follow the pros and the one novice each week on the Masters Competition. Listen and analyze the strategies with the Masters on RJR 94 FM Thursdays at 8:45 a.m. as they challenge each other to stay ahead. And also look out for their portfolios in the Sunday Gleaner. The Masters Competition is a product of Today's Money Limited, brought to you in partnership with NCB Capital Markets Limited, Proven Wealth Limited, Credit Union Fund Management Company Limited, Money Masters Limited, and the Jamaica Stock Exchange.